Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Sorry it's been a couple of days. It's been a hectic week and sometimes we can't always take care of our hobbies. Unfortunately right now that this is all this can be until I can start getting more going with it. But thanks again for all the new faces on the videos, and it seemed to be a nice little bump in the numbers, and I greatly appreciate everybody for joining me in these videos, as silly and goofy as they may be. Greatly appreciated. So with that being said, let's jump into Diddy Kong 3. Alrighty then. Let's see what this is, if there's really any change from this as from the other ones. Which usually, I don't think they really mess with the formula too much. I mean, there's really not anything that need to be messed with, to be honest. Like, it's a very well done game throughout all the iterations. Are we gonna do racing? Oop. See, that's gonna be a thing that I'm not gonna, because like I played and beat the first two, but I don't ever think I ever bothered with the third one. All right, so we got nothing here. Should we go? It's kind of funny, we could just swim around. So the game has a lot more interaction as far as like the map screen. We have shops, which I believe is in some of the other ones later on. But I don't think we had quite the early access, not that we can do anything with it. So yeah, unfortunately it looks like all we can do is hit the rental. Okay, I got it. Because this isn't Super NES, the colors are... I mean, it's just... the Simon Says game. Alright, what else are we doing here? Alright, so far, like, okay, here we go. Like, the one thing I feel like with this one is it's a little convoluted to need to go through all these steps to move along, rather than like the first two games where you got to just go. And I think that, in and of itself, is a little annoying. I mean, yeah, it's thing, but like, it's steps and time wasting for no real reason. I mean, we're here to play Donkey Kong, really. It's funny, for as much as this is a Donkey Kong game, we don't really get to play as Donkey Kong very much in these games. We got to play him for the first one, that's it. And then Donkey just kind of went away. Which is kind of funny. I mean, it's fun that they incorporated all the... Oh, come on, I hit the button. Alright, can we respawn him to bounce up onto that at all or something? Because there's a balloon up there, but we can't get to... Well... Alright, let's switch. There we go. And maybe if we... Alright, we gotta hold the button down. There we go. Alright. You know, it is fun that the way they always have like some kind of puzzle, but decent little puzzling and everything. I mean, the mix of the water and the land is actually pretty decent instead of, I mean, we're probably going to have just straight up water levels, obviously. But the mix is nice. Alright, let's see about getting, can we get to the bonus level from here? Yeah, looks like it. There we go. Grab 15 nanas. Alright. Simple enough. I mean, decent little mini games. Big fat bird. Oh, come on, really? There we go. Come back, elephant. There we go. It's silly that we get I guess it's just for that. It's like, here, ride this thing 3 inches and then stop. I mean, you gotta question a couple of things that they do, like that. Like, what is the point, really? And again, stuff like the whole convoluted get the boat in order to travel, just to kind of... Really? Alright, can we, Alright, let's do that again. Can we... There we go. We definitely missed that. I kind of figured we were, going to. Alright, that's kind of really could only do it one way. That's kind of disappointing. Oh, we need our second person for that. I mean, it's still a good quality Donkey Kong game. It is kind of shitty that, like, being able to go back is so not really a thing. Oh, I guess, yeah. Only can do that if we had her to begin with. So the extra life and the bonus, not going to happen. Which is understandable. Do we have to do this again? Like, this is getting a little annoying. You know, it's one of those games where, it's one of those things where they take a mechanic and then they just go annoyance with it, where it's just too much. Are you kidding? What the? Okay, that's stupid too. I mean, just little things like that that don't really affect much, but are just honestly a little annoying. I find anyways. I think it's unnecessary. Alright, I'm sure we're going to have to go up there. So let's go the other way, see if there's anything. Whoa! Nothing wrong with that, though. Like, that, there is no issue with it at all. Yeah, I tried to rush it because that's what you have to do, and we rushed too much. But it's just one of those things where you see it too many times in these games where, okay, the level has a mechanic, and you're just like, okay, so now we're just going to overdo the mechanic. Really? I do forget that you can do the run. Ah, we missed everything. That's one of those runs where you have to memorize what's there. Which we did not, because we don't have any maps or anything for that kind of stuff. We'll go a little bit more. I mean, at this point, we grasp what the game is. For the most part, it is more or less the same as all the Donkey Kongs. I mean, adding a few little things. Again, my biggest issue with the game in general is some of the unnecessariness of it, with like the boat and traveling here and there. I don't know why we can't go any further. But like, this is all unnecessary. Like, it adds a little bit, you know, some people are like, oh, but I think it's putting in something that's unnecessary to kind of amuse a couple people, but for the most part, I think more people are going to be just like, it's pointless and there's no reason for it, more than the couple people that are like, oh, hey, look what they did. It's like, is it really that good? I figure we're here, we'll go take a look. Sure, we'll buy the... I ventured up there once. So we don't have enough money for the information. Like I said, it's just, they're adding stuff that there's nothing wrong with giving it a go, but I think they're just overdoing things that really don't need to be done. Like, this is way too much interaction to move from one thing over to the other for really absolutely no purpose whatsoever. Like, there really is none. It's more just kind of an annoyance than anything else. And like, yeah, it's cool at swimming, but it's so much slower. There's just a lot of stuff that honestly is there to waste a little time to kind of make the game bigger than it needs to be. Because back in the day, and even now still, where you see a lot of things where it's, oh, it's this and this amount of gameplay. But when you look at it, there really is, like half of the gameplay that they say is a bunch of worthless time spent doing almost nothing, or, you know, just these really mindless, stupid things that have no real need to be in there. Oh, we almost died. And I see that too often, where, you know, the selling point is, oh, there's 80 hours of gameplay. But in reality, there's not. Like, let's take my favorite example of a lot of stuff is Final Fantasy VII. You know, it's like, oh, there's so much gameplay and it takes, you know, 60 hours to beat the game and this and that and the other thing. But what they don't say is the fact that a good majority of that time is watching FMV. And the wasted time in the summons that you can't fast forward through. So when you double summon Knights of the Round, and you spend 20 minutes watching a video over and over and over again, they're counting that in the gameplay, but it really isn't the gameplay. And, you know, that's where we're at with a lot of stuff like this. Is, yeah, definitely, there is all this game, but really is there? When you spend, over the course of the game, like 20 minutes swimming to your next destination, instead of the 3 minutes it could have taken just running, control with this is a little annoying. But I guess we have a current, so I understand that. Alright, we're not getting back over there. We're just moving on. So I see that in a lot of these games, and this is no different, where I feel like they're artificially inflating time. Can we get her to... Okay. Damn it. Okay. Working the current is definitely a thing. I mean, it's a decent, well done level. Like, there's a lot of stuff to take into account. And there it is. We knew that was coming. Can only fight the current so long. But like I was saying, like, there's just a lot of stuff that is just inflating it for no reason. Damn it, I hit the wrong button. That one I hit the wrong button. The swimming is not nearly as well done as it was in the previous games. I can't say that it's not because of the current. I mean, if until we have some free water going. Still couldn't get there. Really kind of annoying. I'm trying to... Nothing seems to be working on that one. And I get what they're doing, and it's a nice, tough little level, but it's getting a little annoying with the way they have everything controlled. Like, in order to kind of go up, you got to jump. You're not able to, like, freely just use your D-pad to actually maneuver. So yeah, I get that the current is there as another obstacle, but the way it controls kind of sucks. Yeah, it's becoming less and less fun because it's just so annoying. Like the way everything controls, you can't actually just move. Alright, we're gonna screw the coin right now. I don't care enough. Fucking really? There is, again, and there's also no, like, moving a little bit. It's either you're all the way down or up, and that's it. And there's no leeway or anything else, so, like, just the whole controlling in this level is absolutely just frustrating and dumb. I get what they're trying to do. I do. And yeah, it does add a level of difficulty, but I think they should have left the water control the way it was. And this would just be a lot more enjoyable. I also think the other monkey wasn't as agile, so it didn't move as well. Because we can do it that way. But all in all, the controls in the water suck, which makes this level more annoying than fun. Where I don't mind a challenge, I don't mind some difficulty, all that good stuff, but the way they went about it is just not overly well done. You know, you're in a water section, but you can't move up and down. You can only go left and right, and then you only have the option to either jump right to the top or fall down. There's no in between. There's no, using your buoyancy at any point, where in reality, even in game reality, when you're in the water, you should be able to actually control how high, how far, and whatever you can do. They just did not allow that whatsoever in that level, which kind of made it just more annoying than difficult because of the way it worked. And then we get the normal, let's do icy snow level. Where's our other dude at? Did we throw him so far he just... Okay, I honestly kind of like that. That was kind of funny, interesting. And the fact that the enemies are slipping and sliding too, You know, those are little itty bitty intricacies that I actually really like seeing implemented. Where the enemies are also flying around, falling down. I was gonna say, why wasn't it just breaking? I don't like the other. God damn it, really? I don't know, I feel like the controls, for whatever reason, they did not keep the same base controls as they have in all the other ones. The controls just seem a little off. And at first, I just figured it was kind of just the levels or me. But the more I'm playing it, the more it feels like it's slightly different than what it should be. I mean, there was absolutely no reason whatsoever to change the way the game controlled from the first two. But it just feels a little off. It's hard to explain because it's just a little nuances of the movements. And maybe I am looking too much into it. But for what it feels like the controls are not quite the same as they were in the first one or the second one. I mean, I like the variety that they have on the minigames. I mean, they put some work into actually making them so they're not all collect bananas or whatever. I mean, there's a lot of variety going on, which is always nice. I mean, I guess there's got to be a way of killing him, but I don't care enough. God damn it. Ah. Grr. Alright, let's keep him over here for this kind of stuff, so that way if he goes down, we still have her. Yeah, he really is just a secondary side character where, like, they didn't even put any real anything into him, really. It doesn't feel like. It's just, he's a generic Donkey Kong with no real personality. Like, he just got, yeah, I mean, he's a baby or whatever, but it just feels kind of contrite. Where Donkey had character, Diddy even has some character. This one, it just feels like there's no reason for him to be in here. I don't know why they got rid of Diddy and Donkey and then put yet another Baby Kong in here. Like, honestly, whatever her name, I can't, for some reason I'm drawing a blank on her name, but she has almost more time in the games than I mean, Donkey Kong is the least used character in this entire franchise, because we had Donkey and Diddy, and then we had Diddy and what's-her-name. Now we have what's-her-name and Baby. It's like, well, why are we keep doing this? Why not just stick with, one or two? Yeah, I like having... She's a great character, and I think she's better than Diddy. It's kind of funny that they actually had the scared of the mouse little trope that cartoons have about elephants. back. Can we get him back? No. Okay. So if you don't know that you need to bounce off of him early, then you're kind of SOL. Which seems to be a recurring theme in this game. Really? I don't know why they did some of the things that they did in this. It's really kind of stupid. Like, I don't want the elephant at this point. Like, it's more stupid than, but we can't get out of them. We're forced to do the elephant so that we could do the mouse trope. So how is it we could do these ones fine, but then as soon as we go to the other one, we can't jump on it and we can't do anything? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, I'm really not understanding what they're doing. There we go. So is it only because of the light? Yeah, it has to be just light-based, right? I think maybe we do it that way. There we go. So that's one of the ways we do it. Okay. Ah. I don't like that we're forced into... That didn't do anything. See, this is dumb. Like, this is not enjoyable. There's no fucking reason for this at all. We have to jump through so many hoops just because they thought it would be funny to have an elephant scared of mice. Ooh, we missed that one big time. Now we gotta do all that again. I don't know, honestly, I don't like the way they did most of these levels, to be completely honest. Like, I really enjoyed the first two. This one really feels, I mean, it still has the Donkey Kong Country gameplay and a lot of the stuff. I just feel like more of their levels are more contrite and just kind of gimmicky than how Donkey Kong really should be and how it used to be. Where every single level now has just the one gimmick that is just constant throughout the level. And albeit some of the gimmicks aren't overly bad, like pulling the levers, going through doors, but was it really necessary to do that so much through the level? The current, with the way it controlled, kind of sucked, but whatever. But this one too, just the whole forcing you onto the elephant, it's the only time that they really forced the animal onto you, just so that they could do the gimmick of the mice with the elephant. And it just really feels like forced and just really generic and boring. The level designs have been left a lot to be desired. The whole entire game just feels almost more forced than any of the other ones. Where, yeah, you get to do these weird things while you're on the map and, you know, screwing around on things or whatnot. But honestly, it really doesn't add to the game. This right here just gives like little kids a little something, which is unnecessary. And like they forced the whole thing, so now you gotta go around. And just like, I don't mind the having to go around thing. The boat, really unnecessary. Like, we got a boat to cross right here where we can swim everywhere else. They don't do the swimming here. We gotta go in the boat. So we gotta go in the boat, gotta go into the building, go in the building, gotta leave the building. All these steps to move from here to there. Unnecessary, unrealistic. It just really kind of takes out of the game. And I don't understand why they bothered wasting so much time on something so unnecessary. Especially when everywhere else you can go swimming. But here you needed to go get a boat. I don't know, there's just a lot about the game that really loses what Donkey Kong Country was. Like adding Baby Kong into the game, really, again, unnecessary. We have two other much better characters with more personality, with more everything to it. But then they added this idiotic, like, he just looks dumb. He just sits there like with this open thing. It's so silly to say, but really, it doesn't feel like he has personality or anything else. It's just there. It's just a dumbed down version of Donkey Kong. And with for no other reason than just why they didn't want to use the two actual other characters that they have and have done before to add a third. For what reason is there any for this? So the whole thing is just contrived. It's very disappointing. This one definitely is the bottom of Donkey Kong. Like, don't get me wrong, it's still a good game. It's still fun and playable. I just think they put too much effort into many gimmicky little things in the game rather than keep the game true to itself on how it was with the level designs and everything. Because the level designs used to be really good, but this one I really feel like it's like they let a whole new, like, somebody getting into it, like a brand new kind of group of people put these together, and like it just kind of has that feel where they didn't quite know what they're doing, or they're trying stuff but it was so gimmicky. It just, I don't know, the whole thing was pretty disappointing. It's still playable, it's still a Donkey Kong Country game, but really it lacks a lot of the soul, the everything that the previous ones had. So anyways, with that being said, guys, thanks so much for joining. See you next time.